The following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network.
Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it is time to focus for this Friday, October the 24th. And don't forget, as always, that you see in the open, don't forget to like this video if you like what you see. So don't forget to comment as well. We'd love to hear what you have to say. And on top of that, don't forget to subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel. 39 followers, trying to get our 40th. Can we get there? Come on, people. Just one person, hit that subscribe button. Every Monday and Friday, 3:12 Central, we are focusing on Chicago sports. And we're going to start focusing here this afternoon on this Friday, and we're going to start with the Blackhawks focus. And what a job it is by the Chicago Blackhawks to start the season. I mean, I thought they played very well in their opening couple of games against the defending champions. They stood in. I mean, and you had that feel that maybe something was going to be different with this team, because you're like, okay, if they can hold in with the defending Stanley Cup champions, maybe there's a chance. And they kept, and you kept seeing them keep playing good hockey. And then you look at the game on Thursday night against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Blackhawks scored first, 1-0. The Tampa Bay Lightning answer right back, make it 1-1. Then you see and then right back, Blackhawks take the lead. Then I thought you were going to start to see a little shift, though, because then the Blackhawks had a double minor on the Lightning. So they had about 4 minutes. And then they also had about almost a minute of a 5-on-3. Didn't score in the double minor, didn't score with the 5-on-3. So I'm like, okay, this is probably where it changes. And this is probably where you start to see the Lightning take over. So then eventually it just stays 2-2. And then 2 minutes left in the game, I had to leave for work, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm like, okay, this game's going to go to overtime. I'll be at work. I'll be able to check it out. All of a sudden, find out they win 3-2. Game-winning goal with about a minute left, and the Blackhawks win it. They go to 3-2, or they win in 3-2. They go 4-2-2. They're at 10 points on the season. They're about a week or a little over a week ahead of schedule. They didn't get their 10th point last year till November 3rd. So, I mean, that's a positive thing to see a team be. I mean, you're trying to take this in stride because, I mean, how bad Blackhawk hockey has been, but to be able to see this team play that well, be able to get some wins, and Spencer Knight's been great on goal. Some of the shots he blocked last night against the Lightning. Overall, you got to be proud of this team, the way they've played. And I mean, 4-2-2, great job by the Chicago Blackhawks, and a great W. And now they'll get ready to face the Kings Sunday night at the United Center, 6 p.m. Just keep this going. I mean, you don't know when that shoe is going to drop. Also, a nasty cut on by a stick, a high sticking on Connor Bedard. He was split open. It's good to see him get roughed up a little. Glad he's okay. But you wanna be able to see he's going to be the leader. And you're hoping he's going to lead this team to having a season where you could hopefully talk postseason hockey. I know it's really early, but 10 points already. You're already a week ahead. Just keep playing this style of hockey, and we hopefully will see some fun stuff, and we'll have a fun winter of Blackhawk hockey. But great job, 4-2-2, nice win over the Lightning, and they'll welcome in the Los Angeles Kings 6 p.m. on Sunday. We're taking time out here on the Hello Chicago Network. When we come back, we're going to talk Bulls. One game in for the Chicago Bulls, and then on top of that, we'll preview their weekend as well. It's all next. But first, we'll have a Hello Chicago rewind, and we'll be right back on the Hello Chicago Network. To be able to get a seat and not have to deal with that. This is a Bulls team that I think you're going to get another year of Buzelis. I know you got Nikola Vucevic, but hopefully he can step it up for this team. Then you also got obviously Kobe White and then you got Josh Giddey. Those two led this team. Those two when they played their hottest basketball last year in the middle of the season, and they finally got it going. Those two are the guys that led the charge, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see some of the new names be able to play well also. So I think this is going to be a fun team, and hopefully we're going to see this team just lead the charge, and hopefully that's the goal this year, is to not have to play the play-in tournament. Okay, let's get into the Bulls focus now. The opener was Wednesday night at the United Center as they faced the Detroit Pistons, a Piston team that were the laughing stock of the NBA a couple of years ago. Only had 15 or 16 wins, and then they had a playoff spot last year. Didn't even have to play in the play-in tournament, the thing that's been reserved for the Chicago Bulls for the last however many years. But nonetheless, early on, Bulls were playing very well offensively, defensively, getting it done. Then all of a sudden you get to the end of the game and I'm like, watch, the Bulls are going to bowl. And the Pistons had an opportunity to get back in this game. They eventually had the chance to, I believe Bulls had a 2-point lead. I think even Detroit, when they went back and forth, there was eventually then Josh Giddey had the ball ruled out of bounds on Chicago. Then they review it, and it ends up there was a penalty on the Pistons, and therefore that was led to 2 free throws. Bulls end up winning the final of 115-111. They win their opener in the season. I think Nikola Vucevic had the most points. Him, Giddey, and I think you're starting to, the young guys get an opportunity as well. Bozelas. I didn't realize Kobe White was hurt. He's going to be out for about 2 weeks. That's disappointing, but I mean, it is what it is, but they're able to win the opener without Kobe White. So we're not going to get to see the healthy Chicago Bulls team probably till right before Thanksgiving. So I think overall you got to be happy with them being able to get the victory. They're able to hold on the point, and also 14 rebounds by Nikola Vucevic. That's huge, because again, I critique this team and I critique the Bulls. I've been keeping him, but I mean, if he's going to be down, because it just seems like he never wants to be in the middle and elbows flying and that kind of stuff as a big man. You need to do that, and to be able to have 14 rebounds in your opening game of the season, I think is very, very huge. So I take that, and a great start for Nikola Vucevic, who's maybe playing for another contract or playing to be traded at the deadline. Whatever it is, work it to the Bulls' advantage, and so far he does. So a nice win, 115-111 for the Bulls. They will play Saturday night against the Magic in Orlando. That's a young team. They got a victory, I believe, to beat Miami in the first game. So we should see how it goes in their second game against those pesky Orlando Magic. But I'm happy with how the season starts for them. Offensively, things were looking good. Defensively, again, we won't be able to see this team full throttle till around Thanksgiving, hopefully when Kobe White comes back. But hey, when you have a guy that's out with injury, hopefully they can rest him up and get things going as well. So Bulls win of a final of 115-111 in the opener. Magic Saturday night, and then of course we'll talk about that coming up on Monday. So great job there by the Chicago Bulls. We're going to take a time out here on the Hello Chicago Network. When we come back, we're going to have a Northwestern focus and a Bears focus to close out this week on the Hello Chicago Network. But first, we're going to have a Ryan focus, and we're going to take a look at the updated MLB playoff bracket as the World Series begins tonight. That's next, right here on the Hello Chicago Network. There was the updated playoff bracket for Major League Baseball. World Series begins tonight in Toronto. If you can't fall in love with baseball, Game 7 on Monday, was it Monday night? The between the Blue Jays and the Mariners, tough break for the Mariners. Have never been to a World Series, was about 7 outs away, and then George Springer hits the home run, gives them the lead. Toronto. I predicted Toronto in the World Series before the season started, so that's great. And they haven't even had Bo Bichette in that, so Good luck to I'm obviously rooting for them. I only rooted for the Dodgers against the Brewers, but we'll see how that goes. Game 1 tonight. We'll have a playoff update on Monday's show, as well as the Fall Classic headed north of the border, Canada versus U.S., but also could be Japan against Canada because all the Japanese stars. So that as well. Also, you saw the live watch along. Our next one, Fan Focus Live, will be Sunday, November 23rd, as it'll be Bears Steelers. We'll do it on the Raise the Bar TV. So of course we're on there as well. And by the way, for you folks that don't know, I'm getting taken to court for Raise the Bar TV. My 2 former co-hosts sent me a thing. So November 1st and 2nd on Raise the Bar TV, it'll be Ringside Report Court. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing these shows. At least next week I will be, but who knows after that, because I'm being taken to court, and all that'll play out, of course, right here on Raise the Bar TV. So looking forward to that, as those two trying to once again take everything that I've created. So that's all that. But again, so looking forward to our next Fan Focus Live. I know it feels like a while, but we did 2 in a week with the playoffs, but now we're going to do a couple football ones. So excited for that. Now let's have a Northwestern update, or Northwestern Focus. So 5 wins so far for the Northwestern Wildcats, and they're playing really good. I mean, they played their last game at Martin Field. They start getting ready for next season when they're going to be at their brand new Ryan Field, which excited. Hopefully, they're going to love to get the opportunity to go to the first game there. But they got 2 home games at Wrigley. But this week they're going to be at Nebraska. Same record. They're also 5-2. It's 11 a.m. start on FS1. Northwestern with about 4 some games left. They need about 1. Probably 2 get some a bowl game. Something I know that since we've covered Northwestern here on the Hello Chicago Network, we have not seen that. So, I mean, this team, Preston Stone's been great. Komalafe's been great as the running back. The defense starting to step up for this team. So if they can get a nice win at Nebraska, really get things talking. Obviously, there's some big fish in the Big Ten when you got Ohio State and Indiana and these teams playing really good. But Northwestern can sneak in there, get a bowl game. I think that's a great start. And also last week, I forgot to say it, Pat Fitzgerald was there honoring the 30-year anniversary of the team that went to the Rose Bowl. So be able to see him, everything that happened with him, but I think everything got dropped. But nice to see him back. He obviously has brought, at least in my lifetime, some of the most winning football to the Northwestern Wildcats. So it was nice to see that. In the final game there at Martin Field. But Northwestern will be at Nebraska Saturday. We'll see if they can get their 6th win. They've won 4 in a row. So again, let's see if they can continue to do it. So, and it's been impressive. I mean, from the first game to now, of what we've been able to see out of Preston Stone's been huge. I mean, we're like the first game where they really probably should have won that one as well, but they've really bounced back. David Brown's done a great job with this team. They've been fun to watch. And let's see if and he's been able to make some nice, I mean, he's thrown almost no interceptions in his wins. So you don't want to see him, no interceptions tomorrow by Preston Stone. We'll recap that coming up on Monday's show as we kick off the week. Now it's time to close out the week with the Bears Focus. Okay, let's talk about the Bears now. Should be interesting to see how this one will play out, as they'll be welcoming and they'll be in Baltimore to take on the Ravens. And again, a lot of the question is, and it's still not real confirmation, but you got to expect that Lamar Jackson is going to play for the Ravens. And this is a team right now that's 1-5. If they end up continue to lose games, if they lose to the Bears, maybe they start to throw away this season. And you never know, maybe John Harbaugh starts doesn't last past this year. There's going to be some coach openings probably in 2026. So who knows? So the Bears have a chance here to possibly end the Baltimore Ravens season. And we talked about in the beginning of the year, this was going to be the hardest part of the schedule for the Bears. But it's not the same Ravens team. And next week you're facing non-Joe Burrow, bad defense Cincinnati Bengals. So if you can get through these two, and then you face the Giants. But this is going to be interesting. See how this team comes out and answers. I think the Bears are 3.5-point dogs at Baltimore. We'll see if they'll be able to hold up. That'll be a noon start on CBS. I'm excited to see what the Bears do and what they can hold up. Can Caleb Williams have another great game? It was a sloppy win last week against the Saints. We'll see if they can take advantage. Or is Baltimore going to come out there, get that momentum with Lamar Jackson back if he does play? And are they going to take off? So we'll see what happens there, but it should be fun to see how this Bear team does. 2 road games, 2 big ones there, and at Cincinnati before home to the Giants. And I mean, this team's played pretty good football. They've won 4 in a row, but we've seen this team at 4-2 before and completely hit the fan, or shit hit the fan last year. Let's not have it this year. Let's continue to build momentum. The the Vikings already lost, so the Bears could have a 2-game lead on 3rd place at least. And then the Lions, they're going to be playing this week, obviously. And the Packers are going to be facing Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. So we shall see what will happen. See if the Bears can slowly move their way up the NFC North. It'll be nice to see a victory, but we'll be opening up Monday's show talking about those Chicago Bears. So that is that preview for Monday. We'll be recapping the Bears and Northwestern. Also talk Bulls and Blackhawks as we'll get you ready for the week. And then next Friday, we'll have a Halloween edition. I will be out. Hello Chicago Network of the marketing team said we have a guest host, so not sure what's going on. So I only have 1 show next week and I'm done. So, and I got to rest up for Ringside Report Court on Saturday and Sunday next week on Raise the Bar TV. So everyone have a great weekend. Don't forget to comment below your thoughts on Chicago, which right now it's probably, since Hello Chicago Network, it's the best stretch of sports we've had. So let's hope that continues. And we'll see if we can continue to talk positive things of Chicago sports. So that is so far so good. A comment, don't forget to like the video if you like what you're here, and please subscribe. 39, looking for our 40th subscriber on the Hello Chicago Network, where every Monday and Friday, 3:12 Central, we are focusing on Chicago sports. Everyone have a great weekend. Enjoy. It went from 70 degrees to 40 real quick, so bundle up if you're in the Midwest. I'm Ryan Yanishatis from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.